Welcome, my friends, to Craft with Wendy, day number 2. This is Craft with me, again, Wendy from Cannin, Plannin. Super excited to be hanging out with you. As always, you know how much I love to craft and do all the things. Today, we are going to jump into our gnome mini kit, and we're going to make something that you can frame and put on your wall if you love gnomes. So let's take a look at what I've got for you guys today. So I managed to snag one of the mini deco kits, the Gnome mini deco kits. And there are so many fun things that you can do with them. You can make cards, you can make dash sleeves, you can make lots of things. But I am going to opt to make something that you can frame and hang up because it would be super fun to be able to do. I've grabbed a couple of different papers. I grabbed some buttons. If you can use any wooden leftover buttons that you have from Tula 12, if you get any of our kits, you have probably a plethora of wooden buttons hanging around. And then I grabbed a button to be able to use for a nose on my gnome. So let's take a look. We are going to do some paper tearing. You know how I feel about paper tearing. And I'm going to start by just tearing this piece of paper in half. And we're going to tear out a potential gnome beard. And it doesn't have to be straight. It doesn't have to be fancy. This is just all, again, some quick crafting ideas that you can come up with. Okay. On the other piece of paper that we're going to use is the other half. And again, we're going to do some paper tearing here too, but this time we're going to leave a flat edge for us to be able to use for the top of our gnome's hat. So we're going to try to get this one as close into a triangle as possible. If you want this more exact, you can definitely go ahead and grab yourself some scissors or paper like that. I'm going to cut this little piece off here because it's bugging me. All right, so here's our gnome beard. Here is our gnome hat. Do you see him? Do you see him like coming to life a little bit? Okay, here's our little nose. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. And so here is our beard. Here is our little gnome hat. Again, if you have whatever kind of adhesive you're using, just make sure your ends are kind of stuck down a little bit. We're going to use our glue dots to attach our nose. And I'm not going to do the side that has the fancy part of the button. I'm going to flip it over. So it's the back side of the button that you can see as his nose so that it looks more like a nose. Okay. So here's our little gnome nose in the middle. And then I'm going to take this button and a little piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to add a little decorative element to his hat. So you can do a bow if you want. You can make a little loop. Anything that is, crafty in that way for you. So let me grab this little piece. Our little gnome, and we're just going to add this little element up here onto his, actually, oh yeah, I like that better. So I'm going to make the loops a little bit bigger behind it, and then I'm going to add this glue dot, and we're going to just put it on the corner up here like a little element, and then take the button and put it right on top. And again, this is another fun little craft that you can do with your kids. I'm going to grab one little piece of. You can do this with your kids. If you love gnomes, you can definitely do this with your own projects in your own home with your own papers. But look how quick and easy that turned out. You can frame it. You can hang it on the wall. You can add some dimensions with maybe a marker or something if you want some definition in there. You could even go so far as to give him a little mustache. Let's see if we can make that happen. you could add a little, I'm going to pull this up a little bit. There we go. You could even do this, right? So you can play around with your papers, tear them however you want, make a cute little gnome guy that you can hang on your refrigerator. You can do craft with your kids. You can frame it. You can do lots of fun things with it. I can't wait to see what you create. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you found this information helpful, please feel free to share it out, and I'll see you all next time with Cannin and Plannin. Bye, friends.